welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am Maddie Sanderson and this is This Bookish Cottage. Today is Keep the Boat Afloat Day, which I am always excited about because I love to see the books that you guys are interested in. Plus, I love to be able to bless people, and this is a great way for me to be able to do that. There is a big old stack that I'm working through today because I did not do one last month because I ended up doing a whole lot of audiobooks. So I decided I was just going to hold those over until this month. Like, I shouldn't say this month because it's November, but I held them through October. In October, I did a lot of reading. And so you guys have a big stack to choose from. And I also want you guys to know that whatever books are not being chosen / won, whatever the thing may be, they are being donated. And so they will be getting off of the boat, but I also want to be able to bless you guys because y'all are the only reason I'm here. So if you guys don't know what this whole thing is, then listen up. And if you do know what this whole thing is, feel free to skip through this section. What is Keep the Boat Afloat? So Keep the Boat Afloat basically means I live on a boat. My husband lives here with me, and so does my daughter, and so do our two massive dogs, whom you will probably hear walking around in this video because they like to move only when I'm recording. Because we live on a boat, I have to think about the fact that Phoenix is getting up and walking around. Told you. It never fails. Never fails. I have to think about the fact that our boat has to stay afloat. So we can only have so much weight on this thing without, or before it starts causing problems. So in order to keep us from causing problems, I need to get rid of books. But the problem is that I love books, and I love books too much to toss them. Of course, like, ew, who does that? No thank you. And I don't necessarily want to take them to my favorite place to get credit, because the problem is that I will take them to that place and get credit and then bring back the same amount of books, if not more. And so then I'm at the same problem. So I figured, what's a good thing to do but give these books back to my book loving community? And so that's what I'm trying to do with this. What you're going to do is you can enter to win some books, maybe book, it just depends. I will never tell you how many you're going to win. I will never tell you how many people are going to win because I like to keep it a surprise until the announcement video. Now, my announcement video will be a week from today. So it will happen either next Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. I do not have a regular posting schedule just yet because life is crazy and it be catching up with me. So how do you enter? How you enter is you will comment down below your 3 favorite books that I mention in this video. You can do them in any order, but I would prefer for it to be your #1 choice that you would absolutely love to win, and then go down the list in that manner. Now, here are a couple of things to keep in mind. As of right now, I can only keep this as United States only, and I am so sorry to all of my international friends because I do want to bless you guys, but because we are coming up on the holidays, we are a little bit more strapped for cash than usual, and so I just can't afford to send these overseas right now. Another thing, you must be 18 years or older because I will be needing your address. Another thing, I do need you to be publicly subscribed to my channel. How do you become publicly subscribed? Make sure that you Google how to do that. That way you can follow those steps and ensure that you are always publicly subscribing, because if I don't see you on my list, then I'm sorry, but you can't win. And lastly, this is not affiliated with YouTube. This is not affiliated with any of these authors or publishers or anything like that. This is only just from myself wanting to love you guys and bless you guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. These are being said in no particular order. It's just how they happen to be stacked up next to me, and it was me just grabbing the books and sticking them over here. So there's no order, but this will also kind of give you guys a bit of a recap on what I actually thought about these books. Okay, firstly, we have The Library of the Dead. This is one that I was supposed to read in October, and I started it, but I do have to say I did not love it. This is a book that you either really, really, really love or you really, really, really don't. And I fell into the really, really, really didn't category. And I do believe that it is mainly because there is a big difference in the way that they say things than the way that we do in America. So a lot of things just kind of went over my head. I didn't understand. I just wasn't, you know, along for the ride with, I suppose. It felt a little slow paced to me, but there have been so many people who have absolutely raved about this book. It is supposed to be creepy. It's supposed to be like weird. It's supposed to kind of get under your skin. And I'm sure that it probably would have had I actually stuck with it, but I did DNF this one. But don't feel like that means that you can't enjoy this book and you can't read it. Plus, you're getting it for free, so it's not like you're going to be out anything if you don't love it. The next one is The Last House on Needless Street. If you watched my video, This Wimp Reads Scary Books, then you will know that I loved this book. I actually got my husband to read this one, and he was like not into it for a while. And I kept telling him that the intro and the first half of the book, for the most part, is very slow. But then once it picks up, you cannot put this book down. And that's exactly what happened. He ended up loving it just as much as me. This was a 5-star read. I loved, loved, loved this book. It is not a spooky book. It is actually more of a psychological thriller. So if you're into those kinds of books and you haven't read anything or read this book, then please comment below that you want this one because you will love it. All right, and now moving on to the next one, which is City of Ghosts. This is by Victoria Schwab, who is the notorious V.E. Schwab. And I really enjoyed this one. It was a cute little read. I thought that it was very well done. It's clearly more of like middle grade, early YA. And I liked it. It was a good time. It was a fast read. It was a quirky read. It definitely had a little bit of the suspense side. And I did read this thinking it was going to be a spooky book, and it wasn't. So don't be afraid of it being spooky because it's not that spooky. But it is a good time. The next one is actually going to be one that is obviously from the library. This is called Afterward. I started this one and I did not love it, mainly because I didn't realize that it isn't necessarily a thriller or a mystery or anything like that. Like, while those are parts of it, the main thing is actually this is more like a general fiction. And I don't tend to read a whole lot of general fiction. This one deals a lot with trauma as well, and I was not in the headspace to read a book about trauma. And so if you do like that sort of stuff, then feel free to comment that you would like this one. But also note that it will come all shiny and covered in library stuff. Next, we have The Peculiar Incident on Shady Street. I have tried to read this one multiple times, and I honestly don't think it's the book. I think it's just me. I think I just keep picking it up at the wrong time, and it has made it to where I am now not interested in reading this book. So the premise sounds so cute. It looks so cute. I've heard so many amazing things, but I just don't like it. And so I don't know what that says about me, but I'm sure that you guys will love it as well, or that you might love it in general, because I just, like I said, I have nothing against the book. I just have yet to be able to find myself interested in it. All right, the next one is Looking Glass Sound. This is by the same author of The Last House on Needless Street, and I have to say, it's another home run for me. She writes in such a way that you have no idea what the heck she just did to your mind, because it's wild. It is a wild book, but I loved it. It was very, very good. It was also one, actually I feel like this one was more fast-paced at the beginning than the other one was, but Cody also read this one and he loved it just as much as I did. You're done with it thinking, what just happened and why did I love it so much? And I'm still at that point. I've had weeks to think about it and I still just can't understand why I loved it so much, but I did. So this is a wonderful book. It's a psychological thriller. It is not spooky, but it definitely messes with you guys. And I'm very sorry if y'all can hear some noise outside. There are some people who decided that they're going to fish literally right next to our boat. The next book is My Jasper June. This was a very cute, very quick read. It's middle grade. I enjoyed it. It wasn't the top, book of the year, but it definitely was just a cute, sweet read. And so if you're looking for something that is just a cute, sweet read that is middle grade, then this is definitely a book for you. I loved the ties of friendship and the overarching character development that happened, which does happen a lot in middle grade books, and so I really, really appreciate that and really enjoy that. And so if you like things like that, then you're definitely going to want this one. Okay, and the next one is another one that I talk about in my spooky vlog, and it has got the most interest, and so I'm sure that there will be many of you guys who will be wanting this book, and that is Slewfoot. I honestly can't believe that I'm getting rid of this one because I loved it so much, but I also feel like I will never read it again. You know what I mean? It was, oddly enough, extremely good. It was one of Cody's top reads of October just as much as it was one of mine, and I truly did not expect that. It was fantastic. But you're going to want to watch my spooky vlog if you know nothing about this book before you say that you want it, because there are definitely some caveats to this book, okay? So go watch that if you don't know anything about this one, but you could also just want it because the cover is stunning. Oh, it's gorgeous. But this book is creepy. It is not spooky, it's not scary, it's just creepy, and it does definitely dive into the level of gore. All right guys, we are a little over halfway through, so stick with me. And now, yeah, now we're starting to get into less spooky, less psychological thrillers, and just some really good old-fashioned books. So this next one is a part of a series, and I actually am going to say that if you win this one, then you will be getting the second one with it. So it's technically a twofer, and that is Farm to Trouble. This is by Amanda Flower. I am obsessed with this series. It is so cute. It's so wholesome. It's just a good, cozy mystery. We have been reading this for my YouTube membership, and every single one of us really enjoyed this one. It may not be the top notch of cozy mysteries, but it is definitely a wonderful one to get into. And then the second one, which is Out to Pasture, I read that one in October and I absolutely loved it. It was the perfect time to read that book. It helped get me into the fall feel 100%. So again, you will win this one and you will win the second one. I just had that on the other boat and I completely forgot to grab it, so I'm not going to go get it right now because I'm lazy.
Why are you lazy so much?
Hush. Now we're going to talk about Light Lark. I read this one many months ago, and I actually read this for my friend Sam, A Spark of Sam. I read this for her book club, and I really enjoyed it. It was a very good book. I am so excited to read the second one. I just don't have it yet, and I don't have the time to read it yet. And as much as I loved this book, I probably won't be revisiting it, and if I do, then I know that I can also get it from the library, because they do, you know, most of these books you can get from the library, but I know for sure that they have this one, and I really enjoyed it. If you really like soft fantasy and not this entire thing of world building, then you will really enjoy this book. It had wonderful qualities. I would say the only thing that I don't love is that I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like they are developing a love triangle, and I don't love triangles. I'm just not a fan of it, but that doesn't mean I don't want to read the second one. So this one is definitely up for grabs, and I would highly recommend it if you like fantasy. Next, we have Echoes Among the Stones. This is by Jamie Jo Wright, whom I am becoming a huge fan of. I really enjoyed, well, now I can't even remember what it's called, House on Foster Hill, I want to say was the book, the very first book of hers that I read, and I really enjoyed it. It is Christian suspense, thriller, mystery, romance, all that stuff all together, and the way that she encompasses all those things in one book is so good. She is such a talented writer. This one was very good. I really loved the heavy emphasis on people who have served in war and have come back and had to deal with those consequences. Not the consequences of serving in the war, but just, kind of, but not like in a bad manner. I don't know how to explain what I just said, but it does deal with people who are coming back to a life that is the same when they have come back different. And it is just so good. It was so well done. And honestly, I didn't see the the whole twists coming until they came, and it was wonderful. I really liked this book, and I think that you would too if you really like suspenseful thrillers and also a Christian aspect to it. Okay, we have 2 more books, guys. We're getting through this. This next one, I also can't believe I'm getting rid of, only because the cover is so cute. It's so cute. But I can't just keep covers based off of how cute they are. So this next one is Mr. and Miss Bunny, Detectives Extraordinaire by Miss Bunny. I mean, look at this. Oh, if this wasn't a cover buy, it definitely was. And this one is so cute. It was definitely like a children's / middle grade book, but it was so adorable. So obviously you have these 2 bunnies who are wanting to become detectives, and they become connected to this girl who can actually understand them. And so they're trying to figure out some mysteries that are happening within the bunnies' lives, but then also a mystery that's happening within the girl's life. And it was just so cute. It was quirky. It made me so excited to actually get the next couple of books in this series and continue this one. But because of the fact that I can't just keep pretty books anymore, this one's gonna have to go. But if you really like a fun children's mystery, then this is right up your alley. I had such a wonderful time reading this one. Okay, our last book. This one does come with a caveat. Know that it does have a sticker on the front that I would love to try and get off, but I keep messing it up, so I'm not going to try anymore. So it will be on there. And that is the Agathas. As y'all can see, I did buy this for $5.97 from Books A Million, and I loved this one. I think this is already a series. There might already be the second one out, maybe a third. I can't quite remember. Actually, I do know that there's a second one out, but I do want to read it. It was very well done. This does have to do with Agatha Christie in a way. You have one girl who is quite obsessed. Actually, both of the girls are very obsessed with Agatha Christie, but they come from completely different walks of life, and then they're trying to build a relationship, like a friendship, but it's over questionable circumstances, and it's over issues that, you know, you probably wouldn't necessarily want to build a friendship over, but it was so good. It definitely had a heavy mystery in it, and there was a lot of aspects that kept you guessing, and this one was I stayed up as late as I could to finish it because it was so good. This is YA, so you are following high schoolers, but it was well worth it, and it was so well done. I really loved this one, and I'm honestly shocked that it has not got as much press as I think that it deserves, because it was so good. And I mean, I bought it because of the cover, but also because it had to do with Agatha Christie, whom I'm obsessed with. And so, I mean, there's those 2 things. If that's the only reason you get this book, then it's worth it, because I promise you would actually really love this one. It was so well done. Okay, guys, we made it through. We made it through the wilderness. Guys, I cannot believe it. Okay, that was so many books. And I'm looking at the stack and I'm like, it's not that big, but man, it felt like it was forever. And Phoenix is now making her way back into the living room so that she can lay on the Christmas tree skirt. She has officially taken the Christmas tree skirt out from under the Christmas tree and has wadded it up to make a little bed for herself. So I realized that's not going to be used the way it's supposed to anymore. Okay, cool. Anyways, I can't believe that we made it through. So make sure that you comment down below which 3 books that you would like to receive. And again, you must be okay with sharing your address with me, okay? And it does need to be United States only. I'm so sorry to all of my international friends. I'm so sorry. But one day, I am saving up money so that I can also love on you guys. You guys are also a reason why I am here. So thank you guys all so much. I cannot believe that you guys have got me up to 1,000 subscribers and then some. I'm blown away. I'm blown away by this community, and I love you guys so much, and I hope that this makes you guys realize just how much I cherish you guys, that I really do wish that I could send every single one of you guys a book. I do. So, love you guys. Thank y'all for being here, and until next time, I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye, guys.